I see you. What's up, everybody? Oh, oopsie. Oopsie, like Mr. Tootsie. Oh, what is it? We're gonna have to turn off this front light. No gleaming and glaring. Ha yes, we are back at it again. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We got a ring light. Yeah, cause you already know what it is. What? And you already know what it is. Say what? Yeah, you already know what it is. What? So look, y'all. It is Monday, Dependence Day. Y'all don't know what I mean by that, do y'all? No, y'all don't know what I mean. What?
Oh, never mind. Let me adjust it.
What? Ooh. And ooh, my wife is fixing the thing. You know that she got the gym. Ooh. Oops. Ooh, I almost took your toe out the game. I want some. I want some. That's right. Gotta chap up them lips. Ooh, look at them things. Yeah, baby. Okay. All right, guys. Grand rising on this beautiful day. Grand masterful rich rising on this Monday.
Why does it look like that?
Why does it look like what?
It looks like our faces are like this.
Like small?
Like I don't know, like there's a line in between.
Like a line in between.
Uh-huh.
Like there's a line in between. Oh, you mean
See
that?
that?
Are you talking about that?
It's like there's a filter.
Oh.
So I was far.
Is it still there?
Okay, better.
Oh, is it better?
I think.
Oh. Boy, we is in the dark.
I know.
This thing is illuminating us. No, I mean, we good. It's, dark is great.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this one.
No, it's gonna give that glare. Yeah, it's no. Yeah. All right. That's okay.
We look spongy.
Yeah.
We look like SpongeBob.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
What's up, everybody? We are here today. Happy Monday. Happy winning Monday. Happy
That's
movement
Wednesday.
Monday.
Happy winning Monday.
Happy movement Monday.
Happy movement.
Motivation Monday.
Happy mindset Monday.
Happy mindset Monday. I like that.
Yeah. So guys, first and foremost, we want to say peace, blessings, prosperity, and success of abundance on your
make
journey.
your move Monday.
I'm a knock.
Make a move Monday. Let's
You
get
make
it.
a move Monday.
Hello, Emma.
What up, though, Emma?
Welcome to the with the haberdasheries.
I gotta give that energy, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game. Look.
See you.
I was gonna say peace, blessings, prosperity, success of abundance in your journey in life.
Yeah.
We hope you guys had a fantastical weekend because we definitely did.
We had a busy weekend.
We had a very productive weekend.
Yes.
Very productive weekend.
I take that back. Productive.
A very restful weekend as well.
Restful, yeah, that's
restful.
Who's DDG?
DDT on your... You know what DDT is? That was in a wrestling.
Somebody said you look like DDG.
I know, that's the second time they said that, though.
Oh.
I don't know who DDG is. I think it's probably the same guy. I don't know who DDG is. I'm not even going to search who DDG is, bro.
What's up, JD?
All right.
Grand Rising.
Grand Rising.
Oh my God, it was such a chaos.
I am. I gotta be chaos, man. You know what I'm saying? A little part of me is like, I could be like, you know what I'm saying? But I am not.
Yeah.
All right? Hey, baby, you just...
That's right.
You didn't even cheers me.
Oh, cheers.
There's no cheers in the game no more. Guys, this is to you. Cheers.
Cheers to you guys.
Is that hot?
What's goody? Is that what it is? What's goody? Everything is goody, JD.
What's goody? The fact that I can breathe.
Stop it.
Yo, so we got a different one for you guys today. This is gonna lean more into I feel like a good conversation. I would love to hear you guys' thought on it, and just kind of like a push and pull kind of conversation. It would be nice to have like a group of people where we having this conversation. That'd be great. But you guys are that group of people, so you got to be the substitute. Okay, so definitely share your thoughts and ideas, and don't be rude. Okay, don't be rude. Okay. Or I'll find you. Did I do good? Did my impression? I didn't do good.
What are we talking about? What are we talking about today? Okay, we just got here and we are about to reveal what we are going to talk about.
So the
So you're not late. You're right on time.
Of today will be gonna give you 4 key points on the discussion for today, which is leaning between purpose and mission.
What's the difference between the purpose and a mission?
Right.
Like your mission that you want to do and your purpose.
Right.
And how to figure that out.
Right. So, we're going to share some thoughts and some ideas and some frequencies with you guys on the purpose and the mission. And what are some ideas leaning towards that?
Yeah.
I would definitely love to know your thoughts on purpose and mission. Right?
Yeah.
But what does that say?
Damn, this girl cute.
I know, right?
Thank you, appreciate it.
My lip gloss is popping. Remember that song? What you know about what you know about me? What you know about what you know about me? I don't give a flying freak of a dick.
Your purpose and your mission.
All right.
What's the difference and how to figure it out, and so on and so forth.
Okay. You want to define purpose first?
So the definition of purpose is
the overarching.
Okay. The overarching reasons for existing. It answers why do we exist? That's your purpose. Why are you here? What are you here to do? It focuses on a long-term meaning and values. So long-term is important, little mama. Long-term is important because short-term needs to open up the long-term goals, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you have anything to say about that, about the mission, about the definition of the mission?
The only thing is that we're gonna have 4 points that we're gonna have 4 points that we go into. The first one that we're unraveling right now is definition, right? And she just gave you the definition of purpose. Why do we exist? I feel like that's all of our existence. I can go as far as back when I was like, when I really started questioning is when I got in college.
Why is it difficult to find your purpose? Why does it seem difficult to find your purpose when you grow up?
Because we're not guided correctly.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not in the right spaces to get that wisdom.
Yeah.
Like
and we grow up adopting other people's beliefs.
Yeah. And plus too, a lot of the times we are surrounded around people who don't even know their purposes.
Yeah.
Right? So they're just kind of drifting along life and doing whatever they want because they have the power of will to do what they want.
Yeah.
So they kind of just walk on the earth aimlessly. Aimlessly or aimlessly?
Yeah, no, it's aimlessly. Yeah, aimlessly. Yeah, that's right.
Not endlessly, aimlessly.
That's what I said.
Excuse you.
Okay, let's move on.
Mission. So mission, a specific goal or task to achieve it, right? It answers what do we do, right? It focuses on a immediate action and objectives.
So the mission is, so the purpose is why do I exist, and the mission is what do we do, or what do I do?
Right.
Once I figure out what's my purpose, then what's next? There are people who have things like
for like mission.
I know for a mission, yes. An example.
Feed all of Africa.
An example of a mission is like
Feed the whole world.
I know that Garen Jones has a brother thing. Garen Jones has a brother thing, and then I know that Stormy Wellington has a Go Hold My Hand, and I know that that's their mission. Do you know anybody else's mission that you can share for an idea?
Yeah, one of those was Tony Robinson, which was to feed homeless people. I mean, to feed families. Right. Or just be of service to feed people who are in need of food. Yeah. And so that was his drive, because like when he was a kid, it ties into his story, and you know, that's the one place that hits home for him when he was, you know, growing up as a kid, and scenarios and situations that happened for him. So he created an organization that helps with feeding families across the world. Oh, no one take you out of my head.
Thank you, CJ. I would say that also, who else?
Jim Rohn. We got Jim Rohn.
What was Jim Rohn's purpose?
Jim Rohn's purpose was to...
mission, not purpose.
His mission? His mission was to, I'm assuming, enlighten others as far as in all the trials and tribulations that he went through, to share those thoughts.
Maybe.
Right.
And then who else we can share? Come on, guys. Do you know anyone?
What's Eric Thomas' mission?
Eric Thomas' mission. Ooh. I think he's helping the kids at school. Is to help all the boys at school.
The young kids.
The young kids. Yeah. Telling his story on what he did.
What's Oprah's mission?
I don't know.
Durr. What's your mission?
What about Mother Teresa?
Hey!
I have no idea.
You know, that's a conversation right there. That's a conversation.
I kind of wanted to share a lot of people's missions.
What about your mission? Share your mission. What's your mission?
No, why do you want? I don't want to share my mission. What's your mission?
My mission is to... Okay, so my first mission overall is to be of service to 3,000 families, and help them with...
That's our mission.
That's our mission, but that's still my mission too as well. So it's your mission, and you should say it too, then.
Okay.
This is our mission.
Okay, let's say it together. 1, 2, 3, go. We
Our
want to
mi-
have 3,000
families. No, it's my turn now. I gave you the chance to shine.
Go ahead.
All right, yeah. So to help 3,000 families with financial freedom and spiritual alignment, overall, just kind of like I forgot how I worded it in my journal, but it's financial freedom and overall success within health, wealth, love, and happiness.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, I can only give and share and guide, because it's not my mission to actually. It's not my job to actually try to hold your hand the whole way through. It's my job to align you with the desire that you are already seeking.
That's true.
Right? Yeah. And I know for me and in my journey and growing up and doing and seeking all the stuff that I desire to do, those were people that I was reaching out. Those were mentors and people who were aligning to that journey of me seeking the answers that I was seeking. Right?
Yeah.
And so I align with doing that for others. I align with being of service in that matter, because financial freedom is one, right? Because we weren't born into wealth. I was born into wealth, but not acknowledging that I was born into wealth.
JD saying that there are a bunch of missionaries in the Bible. No? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, very true.
I think that was a question, yeah.
That is very, very true. And them also discovering their missions too as well.
And then you said Peter, Philip, Thomas, Paul.
Absolutely.
Yes. That's right.
Absolutely. One of the things too with noticing this is that we are in current day too, and so a lot of those stories align with current day too, and people get away from it, and they don't understand that it still aligns with the ultimate purpose that I understand is that God wants us to influence earth with the mindset of the kingdom of heaven, right? And so it's our job is to have dominion, which is to bring heaven on earth, right? And so what does that look like, and how do we contribute to that as far as in purpose wise?
Yeah.
Um, I feel like that comes with the ideas that we come with, that comes
Mm-hmm.
with being a voice, that comes with educating yourself so
Yeah.
that you can have, through your trials and tribulations, you went through stuff that now you could be of service to other people who have similar
Right.
experiences, right? The deep, even the deepest, darkest stuff. Most people think that they experience stuff by themselves, but this is not true. We are some odd trillion
It
people
might
on
be a
this planet.
mission. Oh, this is a good one.
Go ahead.
The things that you go through in life, like as you were saying that you might be going through something in life and stuff like that, it popped up to me that everything that you go through in life, whether it's bad or good, whether it's hardship or everything that you go through in life, that could be your mission. It's given to you to make you stronger, right, for your next mission or for your next lesson in life. So you can take whatever it is that you went through before, whatever it is that you went through before you get to where you at right now, or what you're going through. It could help someone who is going through
Similar.
who's going through something similar. Yes, so it could be your mission. You could use that as your mission. That's why they say if you trying to find your purpose, or if you're working on finding your purpose, one thing you should do is to find something that you do effortlessly, something that you don't have to push yourself to do it, like something that you're good at, even though you're not good at it and you don't see that you're good at it, but you just do it effortlessly. Nobody tells you to do it, but you just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So part two, moving to
Part two.
phase two. It's called Scoop.
Mm-hmm.
Purpose, bored and timeless, guiding all decisions and strategies. It services as the foundation of, it services as the foundation for vision and mission.
So
What's
it's your
the
mission and it's your
skibbity paps?
it's your mission and it's your vision. That's what you should. So together, a mission and a vision becomes a purpose at the end of the day.
Broad
That's
and
right.
timeless.
Yes.
So broad and
Guidelines.
timeless. You want to do the part two for mission?
Yes, mission.
Okay.
More focused and time bound. So it should be like like when you are looking at your goal, like your no, not your goal, your SMART goal. Yes, when you're looking at your SMART goal, the little SMART goal that you did, which
Yeah.
is aligns with your midterm goal, short-term goal, and long-term goal. I feel like if it has to focus on that. For you to find your mission, you have to have a short-term goal, and you have to have, for you to achieve on what you want to do in your mission, you have to find the you have to have a short-term goal, midterm goal, and long-term goal. And then providing actionable steps, and also take action. Don't sleep on what
Yeah.
God tells you. If you feel like this is what I need to do it. Don't sleep on that to fulfill the purpose. So to fulfill the purpose, you have to take action, and you also have to have a short-term goal, midterm goal, and a long-term goal.
With also being said that you also have to have steps that allows you to do part
Action-
one, part two, part
action
three,
plan.
part four, your action plan. Correct.
Yes.
Um,
Hello.
that vision and mission aspect that we were getting from purpose, I do believe that comes with experience too as well, but then a lot of the times that's not a true statement, because we have multiple stories when you encounter children who already come in existence knowing their purpose and knowing what they're here to do,
Yeah.
versus people who have been in scenarios and environments and situations where it has deterred them from a trauma or experience that was
Yeah.
of not of desire, right? And it kind of distracted them from the whole reason why they were doing what they were doing, the
What
whole
makes you
reason
guys
why,
dance again?
right, make you guys dance again. What's
What
that mean?
makes you guys dance again? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Elaborate.
What makes you guys dance again?
That's kind of it's a
Uh,
good question if you know.
what makes me dance again? When I play my Jiminy Jam Jams. It's already instilled in me to dance when I want to dance. Like I'll dance right now. Boop, 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 boop,
Today is my
boop, boop,
birthday.
boop,
Happy
boop, boop,
birthday.
boop, boop, boop,
All right.
boop.
Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Part 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. Orientation.
Continue.
Okay. What?
Continue.
Orientation. All right. So part 3 is orientation. Huh? What?
Continue. Oh my God. Okay. Continue. I'll do it. No, don't do it.
Oh.
Just read.
Okay, so purpose, rooted in values, identity, and long-term impact. Rooted in values, gotta know your values. And identity, know who you are as far as in
Know
the
what you
character,
want.
the character that you want to portray, know who you want to be, and knowing how you want to present yourself. And long-term impact. What is your vision upon this earth? What is your legacy? Long-term impact is legacy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to be remembered when you pass? How do you want to be
Yeah.
remembered as far as in the image that people are left behind? Someone like Gandhi, I don't think Gandhi actually was thinking
She
about
said, I
like.
can't do that. I'm already subscribed.
That's what's up. Like Gandhi, I don't think
I
Gandhi
see.
was focusing on a legacy when he did what he was doing. I don't think his main focus was he just so happened to stumble across legacy. But I think that he had a mission which led him to legacy. I don't think that Rosa Parks was thinking about legacy when these situations occurred. But we have the
Yeah.
luxury of these days of focusing on legacy more than our ancestors did. Because I don't even think that was like the main thought for them. I think it was more of like I have to stand for something, and right now this is not right, and so I have to do what I must do to be a part and to also live with myself, right?
Mhm.
To live with myself. Why do I want to continue to do something that is just not and just is not right, you know?
Yeah.
And I think for these scenarios, they weren't thinking about legacy, but we have the luxury of these days of even planning out how we want to be remembered,
Right.
right? Because a lot of those stories, I don't want to be remembered going to jail for a long time like Gandhi. You know what I'm saying? Let alone like Mandela,
Mandela.
you know what I'm saying? Nelson Mandela. I don't want that to be my legacy, right?
Right.
And man, we're gifted, guys. Man, we're definitely in a position where we can choose what legacy we want to leave behind. We can choose the impact that we want to have on this lifetime.
Yeah.
Man, that's powerful, man. It's
You
so
just
powerful.
have to put in the work.
You gotta put in the doodle work.
We are from Texas.
No, we're not. We live in Texas.
We live in Texas.
We're from the kingdom of heaven.
Okay. All
But
right.
we were
okay.
born.
Mission.
Hey,
Operational and practical. So your mission has to be operational and it has to be practical. It has to be describing what needs to be done in terms of like it has to be describing what needs to be done in your mission. So the mission that you're doing, you got to know what it is that you need to be done in order for you to achieve the mission, right? Or to achieve the desired outcomes of the mission. Yeah.
Operational, meaning that it has to have a drive and it has to know its direction.
Yeah.
It means that it has to also have steps, movement, all of the stuff that we mentioned earlier, which was what do we do, right?
Yeah.
Which was the main purpose of mission. What do we do?
Yeah.
Operational means that, oh, well, first off, we start with, okay, like for instance, creating a business. You start with the first thing, getting a name, all this other stuff. You get the LLC, and then from there, you go from the LLC, then you understand, okay, now I got to get credit, then I have to have a mailing address that is not connected to da-da-da-da, right? These are all steps. These are all operational steps of it starting to be foundational and actually starting to function.
Yeah.
Right? Because operational means that there is function, right? Practical, right? Practical is like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Okay?
It has to be doable. You have to be able to do it easy. like getting on your phone and going on and pressing, oh, putting your
Code on
your
phone.
code on your phone, and then knowing which app you want to go to get to YouTube, and then get to YouTube, and then go to live videos, and then go to the videos. You know where you want to go, so that's the direction. You
Right.
need to have the direction.
And it also, what she was explaining was that it says describing what needs to be done, right?
Yeah.
What needs to be done? What's the next step? For instance, like we shared with y'all a while back, we were sharing with y'all our action plan for 2020-2025 in our videos. You guys go check them on the videos over there in our profile. But we have action steps, and we have those broken down in 3 different ways, right? We have our action plan, we have our vision for freedom, and then we have the 7 baby steps, right? And so we implemented, these are what they're talking about, which is describing what needs to be done, right? To
Yes,
achieve the
putting it down.
desired outcomes,
Exactly.
right? And so
it could be in anything. It doesn't have
it could be anything.
It doesn't have to be a mission. It could be when you want to pay your debts, and you're trying to figure out how you want to pay your debts, and you just like, you don't know where the money is going. You can literally use the 7 baby steps if it works for you, and then you can write down all your debts. Be aware of what you're paying for. Don't be running away from it. Be aware of what you're paying for. Be aware of what you're owing and how much it is
Correct.
that you're owing. And then after that, introduce the action plan. Have the action plan. How am I going to take action to do all these things?
Bam, in your face.
Yeah.
Last but not least, it is number 4, which is examples, purpose, to inspire people to live healthier, happier lives.
That's your purpose.
This
You
is
have
an
to
example
you
of
have to
your
be
purpose.
An inspiration, yeah. An example, yes.
Right? This is an example of purpose. To inspire people to live healthier and happier lives. Right? To inspire people that giving is a culture. To inspire people that health, wealth, love, and happiness are the 4 pillars to good life. To desire a abundant and prosperous lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like for instance, hip hop culture. Its purpose is to spread the foundation of peace, love, unity, respect, and safely having fun. Right? These are the foundations of its purpose. Right? That's an example for you. The mission at hand. The mission is
the example of the mission.
the one I just gave you.
No.
Oh,
The one
yeah,
that
this is
we
an
have
example.
now. Mhm.
The example of the mission is to provide accessible fitness programs and nutrition education to communities worldwide.
Like if you have, let me say you're doing a health and wellness, you're in a health and wellness business, that could be your mission. You could provide the programs and nutrition education and so on and so forth. And also, let me say you are a social media, like maybe you teach people how to grow their social media. You can also provide the programs and also provide the education that comes with that.
Right. Rise and thrive to you as well, brother. Mother, I don't know which one.
Mother.
It says hi, Junie.
Rise and thrive for God, grind.
Absolutely for God.
Grand rising to you guys. Grand rising to you.
Grand rising to you as well. Grand masterful rich rising to you as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this being said, having a direction on
I mean,
how,
mama. She did say mama. You were confused.
Having a direction and having a direction of how you want to impact a community, how you want to impact the culture on people,
Yeah.
is a very good example of what we're highlighting today.
Yeah.
Right? What is the purpose of life? What is the purpose? What is your purpose on existing? And what is your mission for the world? Right?
Right.
And understanding how we play a big role is not always necessarily our thoughts, right? That will like, oh, okay, I have to come up with something that I want to impact the world with. Like, no, not all the time, right?
Yeah.
If you align yourself with the presence of God, a lot of the times you already get the answer. A lot of the times you've already lived in the answer, and you just don't see that this is the answer.
Right.
Right? But the more vulnerable you become, the more submissive you become to this ideal of God, and not even just the word God, but Abba. Abba means father. Also, Abba means source. Also, Abba means I and my father are one, right? And so when you understand that Abba is also Lord, it's almost like understanding that my father is a king, right?
Yeah.
He's not just my father. My dad used to have this saying. He used to be like, I'm not your friend, I'm your dad, right? I'm your father. And he drew the line between, you know, what a friend is like and also what a father is like. It's like, I'll play with you, but I'm going to play with you as your father. I'm not going to play with you as your friend.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you bring me to your level, and that's not the case here. Right? I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm being your father, and we have a relationship to where we can be playful with each other. Right? But when I mean no, I mean no. You will know the difference when I'm serious and not playing no more, and when I'm all joy and funs and giggles, right? Yeah. And so this is also a definition when you're dealing with Abba Yah, right? When you're dealing with Father and you're dealing with Lord, you understand that Lord, our Father, is not just a king and not just a universal creating, you know, source, right? He's also a king. He's also a father. He's also a provider. He's also all these things that aligns him with the characteristics of who he is. But overall, the love that he has as a father still means that father has to put his foot down to know, like, hey, right now you thinking it's a game, and I gotta let you know, son, that what you're doing right now, shame on you, okay? Shame on you.
Right.
Right? This is not a moment where I'm like, oh, it's all right, son. Like, is everything fine? Not today.
Yeah.
No. But more the story is understanding to define the purpose and your mission, and align these purpose and missions with God's plan. You have to understand what is also God's plan for the kingdom, right? Us as citizens of the kingdom.
You just had a baby.
No. JD says you just had a baby. Why you say that, JD?
No, we don't have a baby.
Why? Because we glowing? Yeah, baby, yeah. You know who Austin Power is?
The what?
You ever seen the movie Austin Power?
Austin Power?
Yeah, Austin Power.
No.
What? My wife is literally from South Africa, y'all.
Yeah, I live under the
She has never seen Austin Powers.
Let me see what.
He says, homegirl above me just said,
I'm a mama. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Because really you said something about being a mama, being a dude, and something.
I didn't say nothing about mama. I said if you was a girl or a guy. I was saying if she was a girl or a guy.
Yeah.
It says.
Mine are 14, 12, and 6.
She's really a mama. Mama.
It's
mama,
all good,
mama. Sorry, y'all. No, it's all good. JD, you don't have to be sorry, my friend. What they say, you in with the Joneses, brother.
With the Joneses.
Oh, goodness gracious. This ain't easy. Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it was.
Of course it's not easy.
This was the last point, so we can engage with you guys.
Yeah, that was the last point, so we're going to engage. Yeah, she said it ain't easy. Of course it's not easy. You are dealing with the children from
14,
another realm.
12, and 6.
And so now you have to cultivate those children from another realm.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it sounds like that you're a single parent. I'm not sure. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. But the way you're saying it, it makes it sound like it's a single parent lifestyle.
Could be, even if you're not a single parent, it does get hard at some point.
Absolutely. That is one thing. Nope. Good. Hey, high five. All right, but yeah.
Especially if you're not. If you're not. I feel like the only thing that helps is a structure. I'm not a mom of 3, so I'm not gonna know.
But we are parents of 2.
Yes, and we do things differently. That we pour into ourselves first before we pour into our kids. This meaning that you wake up in the morning first. You're the first person to wake up and do whatever it is that you have to do. Maybe work out, journal, write things down. Write whatever it is that you're thinking, and praying to God, and doing all the things to fill up your soul first before they even get up and try to, mom, because you know how they are. Yeah.
And what she was saying was like the mission too at hand too. You guys got to understand, a lot of us try to do stuff by ourselves and not involve God in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where the hardship comes in at
Yeah.
a lot of the times, because then you have to figure out a lot of stuff. You have to
Do it by
conduct
yourself.
all
Yeah.
this and do it by yourself. And you, as the immortal, has to try to figure it out. That's almost like with me and my wife. I understood in my past relationships that leaving it up to humans is not a good thing. Like, if we're trying to just make this relationship work and we don't have God in the middle of it, you gotta understand there has to be a middle person. That's why a lot of people try to go get
She said I listen to my Bible before I wake up.
that's one way.
Maybe
That's
go for a walk. Like if you're capable, or if you're able to do it, go for a walk. At least 10 minutes walk. Just walk down the street and come back home.
hold on one second, babe.
I got you.
That's one aspect, but the goal of the matter is that you are cultivating children,
That's true.
right? So by you cultivating children and not raising them, the aspects of you developing yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually, and aligning your presence with God's mind, right?
Yeah.
And God's mind is obviously Yahshua HaMashiach, which is like his teachings, who he was, and you know what I'm saying, what was his purpose, why did he exist, and all these things, right? So when you start to really question those things and really start to take notes and write these things down, you start to embody the reason why he was here, right? A lot of religion tries to align God's purpose with religion, and Yahshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, was not a religious person. He never even studied with the religious people, right? The only time he encountered religious people is when he went to the hall, right? And that was to just address them because that's where everybody met at. And so it was a good prime opportunity to go there where everybody met, because that was the meeting place for the town, for the city, or whatever or whatnot, right? But he did not necessarily do teachings with them and all this stuff. When he came, his whole essence was, yo, I'm here to teach. I'm here to tell you about the kingdom. I'm here to preach the gospel, which is the good news, which is the kingdom and the king, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we miss the mark on a lot of information when we get to this part right here, because we don't align our mindsets with this concept, right? Even in myself, right? I had to start understanding how to align my mindset with this, right? And I had to seek. Seek means that you start to ask the right questions. You start to now discover that there's better questions to ask than the surface level questions that I was asking at one point, right? It's like when you want a recipe, right? And it's a very hard recipe, but you would love to know how to cook it. You got to ask the right questions to get the right ingredients, and you got to make sure you do the steps to get that recipe to the T. Yeah. The exquisite taste of whatever.
What's up, India? Welcome. She said, have you watched the Chosen series? I love it so far. Only a few episodes in.
No, I haven't.
I would say that I feel like I personally, I kind of walk away from, not walk away, but like stay far from series, because I don't want to watch something that I cannot finish in that day, and that will take my whole time, my whole day and stuff like that. So I stay away from now. Maybe in future when I get more time and stuff like that, I would be able to go and watch the series and stuff. The series. However, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say that somebody said do your research. I will feel like also doing your research, developing yourself, developing your mindset is it's a good way to become, because you are implementing something that you know that this is what I found and this is what I want to work on. And there are easy way to do things and there are hard way to do things. If you're gonna think that it's hard, it's gonna be hard. But if you're gonna think that it's easy, I want to do it because it's gonna make me feel good. I have to fill my cup before my kids and my husband wakes up. It makes it easier throughout the day, because you know what to do, you know what to say, you have energy, you have your cup full, than pouring an empty cup into someone else, which is it doesn't really help the kids.
Yeah.
But doing things that you know that this is helping me, and I know that me becoming who I am becoming right now, and the research I'm doing, and the people I'm listening to, and the people I'm talking to, that's going to lead my kids to be better, and it's gonna also lead me to be better because our kids are the product of who we are.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, Two, I want to say this. It's just not about cultivating the children. You also have to continue to cultivate yourself.
Yourself, yes, that's what I'm saying. Our kids become the product of who we are because cultivating yourself, they see what you're doing. You're not telling them what to do, but they see you doing it. So it's like it's what you're doing. People do more what they see than what they hear. So you can tell them anything you want to tell them, but if they don't see it, they're not going to do it.
And I understand that parents are trying to operate within a world society of structure and how things are, and you gotta get a job and you gotta do this and stuff like
You got to
that.
do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hmm.
Um, but you remember, it's not really you gotta do what you gotta do. You get to do what you want to do,
Yeah.
right? You wanted to get that job. You want to get a paycheck. You wanted to be able to use the money to do the other stuff, to pay the other bills. You wanted to pay the bills, right? And then overall through time, it was like, oh wow, I don't really want to do this, right? So it's not really you gotta do. You don't gotta do anything because that's where
You
the
have
power
to
of
do it.
will is. No, you don't have to
Oh,
do
you don't
anything
have to do
either.
it. You got to do it. You don't have to do it,
No,
babe.
you
You
don't
got to
have
do
to
it.
do it either.
You don't have to do it. You got to do it because it's part of like leaving. It's what you do as a leaving until you find something else that's gonna push you to your purpose and then your mission, and then
What I'm
now you stop working for the people. You're working for yourself. But it's
what
you
I'm
gotta do it. It's not you have to do it. You don't have to do it, but you got to do it. You
no.
get to do it.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
That's high five because you gotta do. I'm like, you don't gotta do nothing. Do you
I
not
was
see
meaning
homeless people down
you
there?
get to do it.
Yeah, they don't want to do it, so they ain't gotta do nothing. They don't have to do anything. We
You get
all
the
have.
opportunity.
You get the opportunity.
Yes.
That's where I was going, my love. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I married this woman right here, y'all.
Uh-uh.
That's why I married her. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm
You get
gonna
to
wait
do
till
it.
she stopped talking so I can tell her the direction of my point where I'm trying to go here. Like, you don't gotta do anything. You get to do it, right? You chose to do these things, but don't make it an obligation that it's the end all be all, right? And what you showing your children is who you are, right? If you showing them that that's all you do and that's all you focuses on is working so you can pay the bills and feed them and all that stuff, then you are also taking the power away from God. He's gonna, Abba Yah is gonna freaking generate whatever you want him to generate. But you gotta understand, you gotta give the power where it's due. If you give power to the government is gonna provide you with the thing. All
I
you
feel
gotta do
like
is fill out. Wait, all you
Mhm.
gotta do is fill out.
I'm in college.
All you gotta do is fill out paperwork so you can get welfare and all these other stuff. But you gotta go through the obligation of where attention goes, energy flows. And if you give your attention to them assisting you, then guess what? You gotta get approved, and then boom, boom, boom. But your attention is still over there until you get approved, and now you gotta check. But this is the same attention where attention goes. God desires that. And a lot of us are like, oh, well, it's the non-physical. Why am I supposed to da-da-da-da when it's not physical? But why are you trusting man when they're proving you wrong every single time?
Okay, so as a person who's watching this, saying that since you're telling me that I have to trust in God and not do, who's gonna pay the bills, and how do I have to um, what do I have to do at this point? Let my kids go, um, like let my kids get taken away to the system and
Uh-huh.
then go homeless and stuff like that. Like
Uh-huh.
what's the value you can give to someone who's watching and not understanding that
And when I say,
what you're saying is has to go this way in order for you to get here, and this is what you have to do.
right, when I say trust in God, that doesn't mean quit your job, right? When you get assistance from the government, that doesn't mean quit your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it don't, right? So you still keep your job as you get the assistance from the government, right? So if that's being said, then when you ask for God to do what you need God to do, you still gonna do what you need to supposed to be doing right now.
Yeah.
Because God loves to see you act and have action, but also too, separate from that is not having dependence. I mean, not having independence. Because when you become independent from God, he said, you got it. He be like, you got it, you got it. Obviously, you over there, you know what I'm saying, do your thing. You gonna keep bumping your head. You gonna keep feeling like, oh, it's getting hard. Things are not working out. This and that and third. It's because you're not inviting God in it. You just trying to take it all by yourself. You're trying to handle it all by yourself. And when I mean invite God, it literally means invite God in it. Verbally, mentally, and spiritually. Verbal and say, God, I invite you into my fight. I invite you into my look. Law of attraction has action at the end. To attract what you seek, you have to have action. So obviously, if you already have enough momentum of working at that job, now it means to start converting the money where it needs to go. Don't just keep paying bills. Obviously, pay the bills, but then that's also mean, what are you doing with that free money that you got on the side? Are you just splurging it because you're working all the time, and then now this is the only thing that gives you a hit of dopamine, right? Well, obviously, I gotta spend some money because I'm just working all the time, and I gotta make myself feel good.
Yeah.
Then you're just doing the rat race. You're doing the circle, and you're gonna continue to do that circle because you're not taking a sacrifice of saying, okay, I know I am working right now all the time, and this is what I'm doing right now. But now, where do I need God, Father, Abba Yah, Jesus, wherever you want to use, what name you want to use. And this also too, you gotta understand God got many names. You gotta understand the purpose of all those names. This is something I learned later on, guys. So it really is a game changer when you start to seek on these levels. But long story short, is to start asking, Father, what would you like for me to do with this money? A lot of people deterred away from doing tithes because they felt like the churches, hey, look, I felt the same way. I didn't do tithes, and I was like, nah, I don't really think the church is really on the right path, da-da-da-da. Right. But what I understand is that these churches are also involved in
the chat is fire.
These
is fire. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
Oh, you wanted to?
Yeah, you wanted
to read?
No, I don't want to read. You got it. Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna read, but I am gonna answer some questions.
Okay.
Over here. There's this guy who said that I sleep without food. If I got less than 1K in the bank account, I kind of want to say that firstly, open a high yield savings account. Yes, you invest. That's great. That's good. I saw that down there. You said you invest 50% of your paycheck. I feel like you should start, in order for you to, you need to leave off, unless if you're going hard. Like if you're going hard and saying, I'm investing this money because I want to, by this time, I want to have this amount of, this much money, then go hard. Then go to sleep hungry. That's okay. You're not going to die. However, I would say that you can invest at least 30%, take the 20%, buy yourself some food for the week or two until you get the next paycheck. You have to work with what you have until you get what you want. That's what I'm going to tell you. And then JD said, I'm 38 and still haven't found my purpose in life. I was working on my own with some people, but we ain't seeing eye to eye. So I have to get together quickly because my girl wants to get married and start a family. I can't do that right now. I love that you think like that. Most of the men don't think like that. They think that you just have to, get married and do whatever it is that you want to do, and then stay miserable and work on trying to find your purpose and stressing and stuff like that. But I would say that that's a great choice. That's an amazing choice, as long as your girl does understand. I feel like it's amazing, and you can always fall down and learn from your lessons. That sometimes God doesn't want you to work with people. Sometimes God wants you to work by yourself and have people help you out. Like figure it out by yourself and do it again. Learn from your lessons because you've done it before, so that means you can do it again in a different way this time. Well, I'll tell you.
Yes, it takes at least 10 years or more, depending on how much are you purpose-driven, how much are you a seeker within applying the knowledge.
I've seen older people always Either invest in multi funds, auto 500 index, never invest in single stock. Would it's built in one day, it makes at least 10 years. Yeah, it takes at least 10 years. But if you are investing 50% of your paycheck, it might take a little lesser than that. I don't know how much, what is 50% of your paycheck since you work part time, but it might take less than 10 years. But looking at it as in like the 10-year plan, that's also great. It's not falling if you keep trying and keep going. It is not falling. It's not failing or it's not falling. Oh, babe, you're not using your your skills right now being tall, huh?
Hmm.
I think she said it's not failing. It's when you fail, I feel it's like you learning a lesson. When you're failing, you're learning a lesson. It is failing, you failed, but there's a lesson inside your you failing. There's something that you're learning in there. There's something that you have to take with you. There's something that you have to fix.
Also, there's no negative connotation around the word failure. A lot of people take negative connotation from it because the way society has deemed it to be, but it is not. It's a part of life to fail. There's a song, we fall down, but we get up. Fall is the same word as fail.
She said, JD said she understands, but how long can I make someone wait? There are bills. Unfortunately, I can't pay. I can't pay with my good lookings. Lol, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
That's true. I feel like you need to maneuver, and I would say like if you want to find something, you guys have privileges. You can work from home. You can find a job working from home. You can go find a job that you know you work Monday to Friday and save up money. Be aggressive and like having security, because security is everything. Like if you're gonna may have a plan of like I'm gonna go to work at least for 6 months, and I'm gonna save up like maybe 30% of my paycheck, and I'm gonna use the rest. Like I'm gonna leave like I'm leaving, like I'm not working. That's what you should keep the mindset of like I'm not working. You shouldn't go to work and then you up your lifestyle. But if you go to work and say I'm gonna still leave, I'm gonna still be hungry, I'm gonna still go to bed not like having ate nothing because that's what I was doing before. I'm still gonna do it at least for 6 months, save up aggressively and have security, and then start investing little by little.
Guys.
Because 6 months is gonna go past anyways. Whether you do it or whether you not do it, it's gonna go past anyways, and you're still gonna be looking to figure out what to do. I think like getting a job or finding something that's gonna give you an income right now that will help you, and have at least know that 2025 is my year of a hustle. It's a rise and grind year for me, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna be doing this for the future, because you're not just doing it for you to get married and take care of your wife and stuff like that, but you're doing it for the future. You working to build something. Go ahead, baby.
I hear everybody's comments, and I can see it, and I can hear my wife reading it, and I think a lot of people are forgetting about the major point. Is like we're not inviting God in it. And I know it sounds very cliche, man. But look, let me tell you something. You can do all the investing you want. You could do all of the job hunting you want, all of the studying you want. None of it matters at the end of the day. Why? It matters as far as in where you're trying to get to point A to point B. But if you're not a part of something bigger than yourself, and you're only doing it to please you and your circle of individuals. See, God smiles upon people who think about people outside of their family.
Nice.
Right? God smiles on people who are like, I want to bless my family, I want to bless others. Right? And then we've been fed this mentality in America that, you know, just getting it right for our family. And like maybe that involves me and my wife and our daughter, and that is the immediate family of like making prosperous, but not forgetting about the rest of the family who was in there, like who's like her father, my mother, her brothers, cousins, and stuff like that, and not
Yeah.
understanding that the wealth is supposed to bleed into a family organization, and
That's
we've
right.
been trained to just worry about
The
with
no.
the small family,
Yeah.
right? And that's why a lot of other stuff, when I really say bring God in it, bro, you don't have to necessarily you do not have to necessarily give tithes to a church, guys. But you got to contribute to where you're giving God. You have to understand, like, yo, none of this money, none of this stuff is yours anyway. None of it's yours. None of it belongs to anybody.
Yeah.
None of it. Who does it belong to? You could say the white
'Cause
man.
you're
You
gonna
could
die.
say
You're gonna die
you could
and
say the
leave it, yeah.
organization. You could say the government. You could say the United States. You could say all that, but none of it belongs to them. That's why they have to pass it on from generation to generation.
Yeah.
They have to pass the baton to their family members. That's why they set up certain things to where their family members can stay in control. It belongs to God. It all
Yeah.
belongs to the King
You can't take it with you. Yeah.
in the kingdom. So you have to
right.
understand in that if you're contributing and you're consciously, if you're consciously contributing within a kingdom and acknowledging God as your king and your lordship, then you have obligations to everything that you make. You break off a percentage for God.
Yeah.
And you give it to what you deem and what you feel like is an organization that's going to do more than what you're going to do with the money that you have at hand.
Right.
Because then when the money comes to your hand, you're going to do the same stuff you've been doing with the money over and over and over and over. And you're still going to be talking about the same stuff we're talking about now. 5, 10, 20, 20, 30, 40 years later. Same stuff. So if you're not giving the money, or if you're not the organizations that's distributing the money where it needs to go to be an influence and to inspire hundreds of thousands and millions of other people on that move, what are you doing with your money? You're paying bills, you're going to weddings, you're doing all this, you're going on vacation. It's all me.
Right.
It's all me. And you're not acknowledging that you have to. If we are all right with paying the government a percentage on taxes, why are we not all right with paying God? Well, because we can't get the money physically to God. No, but you can choose organizations. You can choose where you want your money to be of service at. We go to a church, right? I'm not a religious person, right? We've tied to that church. We went in there. We've collect information on Sunday churches and services and stuff like that they were dropping the gems. And we're like, okay, cool. Let's take notes while we're here. We're not just here to listen to the message. Well, I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going somewhere with this. Be patient. Be patient. And so we're in that church necessarily, right? We do our tithes at that church, right? But when it comes to like actual 10% with every check that we get and we cut God in on it, dude, we have organizations like Eric Thomas Church, right? We have organizations like Dr. Miles Monroe Foundations. We have organizations like there's other ones, right? What to say, Dr. Myron Golden's organization.
Golden,
You can choose what organizations that are doing something with the conversion of donations that you give as a tithe. You can choose those organizations. You don't just have to go to a church and be like, I don't want to give my money to a church because they go. And it's none of
use it, yeah.
And the
It's
big
up to
part,
them.
and the
It's
big part about this, yo, is it's none of your damn business what they do with the
Yes.
money, because
right.
you've done your part, right? That's like somebody giving me $10,000, and I know I'm supposed to convert this $10,000, but I take a cut of that $10,000. You think that shit ain't gonna come and beat me up later?
They will.
I'm not talking about them people, but I'm thinking you think that is not gonna come and bite me in the ass later,
Definitely.
right? What if I'm supposed to give that $10,000 to some starving kids in the country, and I'm like, shit. I just write a little check. They made it look like it. That look like it's that $10,000. I'm gonna just pocket that $10,000, right? You think that's not gonna come back? That intentions of them sending that $10,000 for me to process that $10,000 and to send it in the direction where the king wanted me to send it. You think that the government is not gonna come raining down on my head? And the government, I mean, is the kingdom. That's what I'm talking about. You think that's not gonna rain on my head somehow, some way? You think I'm not gonna catch trials and tribulations? You think I'm not gonna catch, you know what I'm saying? You think, I know y'all know, like, karma is a bitch, man. Like, they ain't just saying this stuff for no reason. You put out what you get. Where attention goes, energy flows.
That's right.
This stuff is law. This is a law felt thing, man. And so what I'm trying to say is that we can talk about the best ways of making our income fold and build and stuff. The number one thing is to add value to yourself. If you're just getting a job and you're not adding value to yourself, how can you be of service to help hundreds of thousands of millions of people? And the goal is to help hundreds of thousands, not for you to work for a company that's helping hundreds of thousands. Even if you feel like that's your purpose, that's cool. Do you. But God wants you to do things in a way where you are being impactful as well, because that is the right as you being a citizen. And you have to what's the best word? It is
no, don't buy a new car.
The best, hold on, babe. Don't be reading.
I know, I'm just okay. I'm sorry.
You have to
I'll respond to it.
You have to represent the kingdom, dog. What does representing the kingdom look like? Representing the kingdom. That means I'm not just for myself. I'm not just walking in by myself. I'm representing the nation.
Yeah.
Right? I'm representing the king. I'm not just coming in by myself. Not just me. Jave Martello Boy Walker, aka Grandmaster Bugsy Uchiha, the 7-winged beast in this mud. I'm representing something more than myself.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like when you walk in, man, when you represent yourself, when you represent the kingdom, bro, you gotta walk in like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We here. We in it. You know what I'm saying? Clean, cut, smooth, representing. You guys, investments and all that stuff doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because look, it matters as far as in like the structure and the strategy and the mindset of how to play the money game. Yes. But if you don't involve God in it, guess what? That shit can crash in a day. And then you all depending on where you'd invest your money at, but left God out of the equation. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to really boil down to. Like, none of that stuff matters because it is not as a foundational thing, right? That means you're still dependent on something outside of God. You're not putting God first. Right? You become prosperous by understanding that you're a part of a kingdom that is already prosperous, and that was the purpose of our existence. Right? To learn these other attributes and ways to invest are another aspect, which is the action felt things.
Right.
But if you're not involved in God, dude, I'm just trying to tell you, like, even from my own personal experience, man,
that's crazy.
I never involved God in my finances. I never involved God in my relationships. I involved God when it came to like spiritual sense. And I called it spirituals. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm on my spiritual awakening. I'm dancing. You know what I'm saying? I even felt at certain points where I was being cut off from it's hard for me to explain to you guys, but if you understand the flow and you understand the vortex and you understand the, what they call it, the flow state, there was times where I would dance and I would see beyond my vision. I would see it before it happened, and I was able to act on it before it even manifested, right? And it was almost like you riding on the roll, and you keep seeing the roll, right?
Yeah.
And then like the sun is setting, right? And you got that little hill where it goes, and the road disappears.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, where's the rest of the roll at? Like, is it the end of the roll? Like, is those moments what I'm talking about when I say that God was literally cutting off my vision to where I started questioning, like, what is happening? Why am I not able to see? Like, there's other times where I'm able to see, and then now I'm not able to see. Those were the times where I was understanding, I was getting introduced to the power of God, the power of Abba, the power of our Lord. Those are the times I was getting introduced, and I was doing it on a what is it? The first step. I was on the first step. I was around in the first or second step, and there's several steps down the way. You know, there's several steps down the way, but I'm on like the first or second step, thinking that I'm like, oh, I'm all divine and I'm all in it and da da da. It's like, no, son, you just getting started.
That's right.
You just getting started, and that's only a part of it, right? And so I had to really understand. I had to involve God in this dance thing, man. Like for me to be able to access the imagination realm to the ability that I know that I had the possibility of doing because I had already experienced it.
Corey. Yeah. You done, baby? I want to respond to that guy who said he wanted to buy a car.
Go ahead.
Okay. Don't buy a car. Don't listen to Corey. Don't buy a car unless if you can afford, like if it's 30,000, then go get, if it's 30,000 and you have 30,000 cash, you paying your bills and stuff like that, then go get the car cash, okay? However, the car depreciates. JD was right. It depreciates, so there's no need for a car. If you're still building wealth, if you're investing and doing all the things that wealthy people are doing, like investment, like putting, like growing yourself, and you don't even have a house, so don't even think about it because it depreciates. The only thing that appreciates in time is a house. So don't buy a car. Don't do that. If you have to ride a bus, ride a bus. If you have to ride if you have to walk. If you have to buy a bicycle and ride a bicycle to school and come back. You know, you don't have to do things just because you feel like, oh, it's breaking down. And if it's taking a lot of money from you, you don't need it. If you feel like you know better. You said that your dad taught you to, where is this? Okay, I'm not going to read you, but you say something about your family being financially free. You know that your dad was not going to do that if your dad was you in your shoes. So don't buy a new car. Focus on school, finish school, and do the rest. You know, focus on the things that you want to build. Because buying a car is really not going to take you anywhere besides you just putting gas in it and it depreciating and you losing money and it's losing value.
Yeah, and then also too, that's not even guaranteed of what a year now is gonna look like. So you're gonna put yourself in debt for buying a new car, and then say for instance you have a job now and you're able to pay those bills, and say for instance something happened. You don't know what's gonna happen. And then you lose your job, and then it's very hard for you to find a job. And then guess what? You're gonna have these payments, and they're gonna be calling you, "Hey, where's the payment at? Where's the payment at? Where's the payment at? Where's the payment at?" Bro, like, you gotta understand, like,
right.
Sacrifice means a lot. Like, you don't need a new car.
And if you
can focus on getting something like electric bike, electric something,
scooter,
you will win so much. I mean, you can save up money for a cash car. You know, that's one aspect if you really want to do that. But if you're trying to focus on instant gratification, there's nothing my words are going to say to stop you. And so you'll learn the lesson along the journey if you decide to get a new car. That's really what it is. Like, yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to drive around a new car and all that. But you're going to be in debt. Number one, you don't have the money to pay it out if something bad was to happen. And you're just gonna be sitting there trying to pay off a car for 7, 5, 20. What? The longest you pay off a car is maybe like 7 years.
7 to 10 years.
7 to 10 years. You're gonna be paying one car off for 7 to 10 years. Let that shit sink in, my guy.
And it depreciates.
Focus on up leveling.
Back the
One
money.
second, baby. Focus on up leveling your value, so that way, if you was to create an offer that was of $3,000 to train somebody because you have the value to give them, then guess what? That offer just paid that car in cash.
Right.
And you can go use that money to either go give that whole $3,000 because of that offer of you assisting somebody because of the time and effort that you took to value yourself on being valuable. Or you could just go ahead and do that way and get a new car and then go through the trials and tribulations, my friend. I really, can't stop people from doing what they want to do. You can only just drop the gems.
I mean, he knows. I don't think he's gonna.
We all like new cars. I like a new car.
I don't think he's gonna. The way that he was speaking here, I don't think he's gonna take that opportunity. Looking at it as
this is probably go get a new car. You can make that money back. Sure. Whatever.
I mean, you can also.
Something went wrong. Please try again.
Stop.
It's not about making that money back.
It's about putting it where it's gonna
about putting it where it multiplies.
Especially if you're in school.
If you're buying an asset, then it multiplies and you could pay the
Yeah.
car off 10 times over. Why go work for it to go get that
He
money
don't.
back?
Yeah.
That's
he
a
don't.
poor mentality. That doesn't make any sense. Rich people don't do that, right? So yeah, you could go get that money back by working for it,
Exactly.
but why would you want to do that? That doesn't make any sense.
Because
That's a liability versus an asset of a new car where you could go get a same nice car for use, right?
And he don't need it. He's
And
still
new
in
cars
school.
are not really meant for you to buy a new car unless you're in a position to buy a new car, because most used new cars,
Yeah.
you lease them. So you have a 10, 6, 7, 8 month lease, and then you trade the car out to add miles on it. And that's where you get the, but that's luxury, man. You guys, yeah.
JD's being a dad. He's saying, "You are in college, brother. You need a new car for what? You need it for what? For real? Like, go to school, focus on school, finish school, and keep investing your 50%, 30%."
JD said you don't need a new car.
Yeah, he said, "You are in college, brother. You need a new car for what?
Exactly.
For what now? Yeah.
Unless you trying to front, bro. Unless you trying to just be the man with a new car on the scene. But if you looking for you to have clout or gloat or whatever the case may be, man, that's why I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this is where God be like, man, frustration on his kids, bro, because
Be
like,
cheap all you want.
you'll get the answer. You'll get the answer, and then you'll still be like,
Yes.
oh, but that's much better. And then you get the lessons, and then now you're stressing about because now you're in this moment because you made a stupid decision. Now you're stressing about it. Well, I can't do it because you walked in this by yourself. Everybody told you not to do this, but you continuously wanted to do what you want to do. Here you go. With great power comes great responsibility, my friend.
Right. Yeah, don't get it. Anyways, we are 11 minutes out or in or whatever. Overtime. Yeah, we're 11 minutes overtime.
Listen, wisdom is only acquired through experiences.
Yeah.
And if you don't cherish when wisdom is given, then you will learn the lesson of what a fool looks like.
And especially because you go to sleep with an empty stomach. So this guy that wants to buy a car, he goes to sleep with an empty stomach, right? He doesn't eat, and he's in college, and he's investing 50% of his income, which the income comes from what he works part-time. So he doesn't need a car, right? He don't need a car. You just go to school, take a bike, ride a bus if there's the closest bus. You don't even need an Uber unless if it's like emergency, okay? Like it's emergency, you need to take an Uber, then ride an Uber.
Corey, when you say it's just being cheap, I think you're coming from a different mindset, Corey. Like, I kind of understand what you're trying to say, but at the same time, you got to understand, Corey, you're not coming from a wealthy mindset. And by you saying it just being cheap, you can tell that you're coming from a poor man's mentality. And not to like say this to shit on you, but you got to understand, man, what's the difference between a person who's wealthy? They're not about to go do that. They're not about they're not even about to guide them sons to that unless they have the money in the bank to go get that.
Yeah.
And Corey, that comes with other assets. Do you have other assets that are giving you dividends, right? Do you have other assets that are giving you equity? You can do these things when you have assets paying you. But if you don't have assets paying you and you got to work, meaning trade your time, which is the most valuable thing that you get on this planet. You don't want to trade your time for money, bro.
Yeah.
It's not being cheap. It's about being wise.
Mm-hmm.
The assets and the dividends are there for you to actually reap the benefits and use them towards those type of things. When you have a trust fund, you set it up and you say, hey, I want to get a new car. That trust fund is not... Listen, I don't got time to explain this stuff.
You can't change an adult's mind. He made his mind up, and that's we just trying
Warren
to help.
Buffett, tell him. Warren Buffett drives a Toyota Prius. Come on, man. Warren Buffett's a billionaire. Tell him, JD.
We're just trying to help the little guy who came in here talking about like he goes to sleep with no food, with an empty stomach, and he wants to buy a car and stuff like that, but he invests, which is a good thing.
This is why also too, people with wealth don't waste time with talking to people who you would say have a societal mindset, because for them to have adopted a millionaire's mindset, they had to separate themselves from societal people.
Right. Mm.
And this is why societal people are very influencing, because there's a whole bunch of them and there's very few millionaire mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have to separate ourselves from that, because then you'll have people who say cheap, and then you have people who
You
say
can't eat a
this
car.
is cheap, or you're being cheap. And it's like, dude, you're being not understanding that this is not a millionaire's mindset. Are you even seeking the idea of millionaire status? Yes, you have an old beat up car, then okay, then that you use that motherfucker till the wheels fall off. And if you don't have the money to go get a cash car, then that means that you are not in the position to go buy a new car.
Yeah.
You need the money to go buy a cash car. And if you don't have $10,000, $7,000, $5,000 sitting there on the side waiting for emergency funds, or waiting for all-purpose funds to go get a car with, what are we talking about a new car for then? To use your credit so you can pay and make monthly payments on a car that you gotta not only you gotta do the changes on it, you gotta do the oil of the car, all the other maintenance and stuff. You still gotta pay what's name, and you gotta get insurance on it. Come on, fam, that is ridiculous.
And also, we'll share.
That makes no
sense.
sense.
I want to share the experience of what we went through. So we also had a car, right, that broke down.
Corey, hold on.
And
Corey is talking about some.
I'm
gonna say this last thing, Corey, bro. I'm not. I'm gonna say this last thing, Corey. I mean, I see that you stuck in a mind frame, and I'm not gonna change your mindset. And Corey, you gotta learn along your journey, Corey. But you said he can make the money back, Corey. I just explained to you earlier, making the money back by working is not the answer, Corey.
Yeah, of course.
And if you are still saying making the money back by working for it, that defeats the purpose, Corey. Then that also means that you're not focused on wealth. You're just focusing on the now. You're focusing on
JD just
rich.
said that you thinking short term.
Yeah, you gotta look at the long term, dude. Like 10 years go by fast, Corey. 10 years go by fast. That means whatever you do with that 10 years, literally you ain't getting that shit back. And you gotta learn from what you didn't do within that 10 years that you could have gotten in that 10 years that now you gotta focus on the next 10 years ahead. Corey.
And then
my
now
God.
you're now starting.
I don't know how
like
old Corey
shit.
is, but he sounds like he like 18, maybe even 20. Corey said, "My brain way more advanced than humans."
My brain way more.
And that right there just lets me know how
humans.
old you are.
Can tell me nothing
right, Corey,
about
thanks.
life. Corey, are you teenager? Are you a teenager?
That's a teenager. Yeah, that's a teenager.
Are you 13 years old? Anyways, thank
yeah.
you for being part of our life, Corey.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate
and
you,
we
Corey.
hope that you will be able to change your mindset soon. We can do it for you. You're the
you
only
got it,
one.
Corey.
who's
No,
gonna
you
do
got it, Corey.
yourself.
We
Who's
ain't-
telling them.
You got it,
Ignore him.
Corey.
Yeah.
You got it, my man. His brainwaves on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Like, Corey, you got that, man.
which is cool too.
For sure.
We appreciate
For
that.
sure.
We
Hey, Corey,
appreciate
when
the
you
love.
doing your next live so I can so we can jump in? You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to hear your philosophy on life and stuff. I would love to hear your mindset, Corey. You know what I'm saying? You could teach us a thing or two. I would love that. Hey, when your next you're online, are you going online, Corey? So we can see you teach us a thing or two, since you
Said I'm not an internet guy.
I'm not the internet guy. You on the internet right now, Corey. What are we talking about? All right, guys. It was a pleasure. Peace, blessings, prosperity, and success of abundance.
The truth hurts.
Peace, blessings, prosperity, success of abundance in your Corey life. I mean, Corey life. Ah! Yeah, boy. Oh, boy. Look.
You
Peace,
imprinted
blessing,
something.
prosperity, and success of abundance in your journey in life, Corey, and all of you guys. We appreciate you so much for giving us
all the
your
comments.
time.
Love it.
We appreciate you guys for giving the love. Corey, if you come in our next live tomorrow at 8 a.m., definitely let us know when you are dropping your live so we can definitely come through and check you out, bro. We wish you guys many blessings, and we see you guys being, doing, having all the good you desire. Until next time.
Peace and love. We love you guys.
And go
We'll
check
see you
out
tomorrow.
And go check us out.
8 a.m. 8 a.m. Central.
I just said I'm gonna knock you
Oh,
out.
you did?
Yes.
You said Central?
Yes.
Okay.
And go check us out on the next video, guys. One up.
Later.
Corey said what? What did he say? I don't even want to read it.
News 7 series is driving in with their news.
I don't go live. Oh, Corey, you a piece of work. Take care.